Ever wonder what we actually do on a 10-day trip to Branson, Missouri? Well, we eat, we see shows, we explore the area, and yeah, we film a lot of it for YouTube. Let me show you how it all played out on a recent trip to Branson, Missouri, day by day. This was a full trip, 10 days in Branson with no shortage of great food, live entertainment, and scenic drives around Branson and through the Ozarks. In this video, I'll walk you through what our day looked like, what we enjoyed, and how we balanced travel and filming along the way. Day one was all about getting there. It's about 570 miles from our home in Texas to Branson, and we drove it straight through. We made a quick stop near the Texas-Oklahoma border for some coffee at Starbucks, then later on grabbed a quick lunch at KFC in McAlester, Oklahoma, and topped off the gas tank. From there, it was a straight shot to Branson. We rolled in about 3:30, ready to get this trip started. On the way to our condo, we took a quick drive down the Branson Strip, just to soak in that familiar energy, then turned onto Gretna Road and headed toward Green Mountain Drive. Just down the road, we made our traditional first stop at Branson Cheese Company to stock up on some local cheese for snacking during the trip. They've got a great selection and they always offer samples so you can try before you buy. After that, it was off to the condo to unpack and settle in for the week. After arriving at the condo, we got a few personal items out of the lockout closet, did a quick needs assessment, and made a grocery list. Then we unpacked, hung things in closets, filled a few drawers, and stashed the luggage away for a while. With all that done, it was time to grab some dinner, make a grocery run, and get ready for our show that night. After settling in at the condo, we headed to Vaskin's Deli, one of our favorite spots in Branson, for sandwiches and gyros. It's kind of a tradition for us to stop there on the evening we arrive in town. The atmosphere is casual and relaxed, and the food is always excellent. After dinner, we made a quick stop at Country Mart to pick up a few supplies for the week. Then, it was back to the condo to unload everything and get ready for our first show of the trip. Our show for this Friday night was Anthems of Rock at the King's Castle Theater, a high-energy production packed with classic rock hits, mostly from the 1980s. It's a favorite of ours and one we see on most trips through Branson. After the show, we headed back to the condo and called it a night, the end of a full day that started with a 5:30 a.m. departure back in Texas. We kicked off Saturday morning with a coffee stop at Table Rock Roasters, a great local spot we hit often when we're in Branson. And since it's the weekend, donuts felt appropriate, so we swung by Krispy Kreme for a quick treat as well. After that, it was time to pick up tickets for the shows we had already reserved for the week. One of our first stops was the Clay Cooper Theater, where we'd be seeing 6 shows over the course of this trip. We'll be spending a lot of time at this theater, so it's always nice to get everything squared away early. From there, we made a few more ticket pickups, then dropped by Branson 2-for-1 tickets to grab some voucher deals for shows we hadn't locked in yet. If you're not familiar with Branson 2-for-1, it's a great way to buy tickets at roughly half price, especially for shows that aren't likely to sell out. It's perfect if you want to stay flexible and don't need to plan everything too far in advance. After handling tickets, we headed over to Hollister for a late lunch at Downing Street Poorhouse. This restaurant was included in one of 4 specific videos I planned to make during this trip, giving us not only a great place to eat, but also helping check off some necessary footage for the channel. Throughout this video, you'll see pieces like this, showing how I incorporate filming for YouTube into our travels. We won't dive into details here, but if you want to learn more about Downing Street Poorhouse and the other spots, check out the video titled Taste of Branson, New Restaurants to Try Around Branson, Missouri in 2025. After lunch, we took a few minutes to explore the Downing Street area, then headed back to the condo to finish some chores before getting ready for our evening show. The show that evening was The Hay Goods at the Clay Cooper Theater, our absolute favorite show in Branson. We buy season passes every year and actually plan to see it again next Saturday night as well. Whether you have season passes or are buying tickets individually, be sure to reserve this one well in advance. It's incredibly popular and almost always sells out. I've made a video about the Hay Goods in the past, so I didn't need to shoot much new footage for this show during this trip. Sunday found us back on Downing Street in Hollister for an early lunch at the original Little Hacienda Mexican Kitchen before our afternoon show. This was the second restaurant I planned to include in the Taste of Branson video, so I checked another spot off the list. The food here is solid Mexican cuisine, and the atmosphere has a bit of a different vibe compared to the newer Little Hacienda location on the west end of the Branson Strip. Our afternoon show at 2 was back at the Clay Cooper Theater for Matt Gum and Company. Matt has been a longtime entertainer and comedian with the Clay Cooper Show in the past, but this year he's focusing on his own production and isn't currently performing in Clay's show. His show is a mix of music and comedy with a strong emphasis on the comedy. One of the standard features is his over-the-top impressions of famous music artists. They're creative, funny, and completely unexpected. There's no video allowed during the performance, but I've included some stills of a few of those moments. After the show, we headed back to the condo for a little downtime and some early evening sandwiches before returning once again to the Clay Cooper Theater, this time for Terry Bradshaw. Terry, of course, is the former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, and he performs several shows each year in Branson on select dates. His show is a mix of singing, storytelling, and comedy, very much his personality on full display. He happened to be in town while we were here, so we figured it was the perfect chance to check it out. We had 2 shows planned for Monday, Dean Z in the afternoon and Clay Cooper in the evening. So we decided to start the day with an early lunch at Lambert's Cafe in Springfield, Missouri. It's about a 35 to 40-minute drive from Branson, and we like to be there right when they open at 10:30 a.m. to make the first seating. This place fills up fast. It's big, but the wait can get long pretty quickly. So if you want to avoid a wait, plan to arrive right at the opening. Lambert's is the home of the Throwed Rolls, and is known for its quality home-style cooking and huge portions, including the famous pass-around sides. I didn't need to shoot a lot of new footage this time since I've featured Lambert's before, but since this 10 Days in Branson vlog is one of 4 videos I plan to make on this trip, this visit still played a part in the overall story. After lunch, we headed back to the Clay Cooper Theater for the Dean Z show. Dean is a regular performer at the theater and is hands down the best Elvis tribute artist I've ever seen in person. He's got a tremendous vocal range, a fantastic live band, a 7-member backup group, and an outstanding horn section that really brings the music to life. It's a high-energy performance that captures the spirit of Elvis without feeling like a gimmick. If you're a fan of Elvis music, this is a show you really shouldn't miss. After the Dean Z show, we were still way too full from our big lunch at Lambert's to even think about another full meal. So instead, we parked the car at the Clay Cooper Theater for the evening show and walked over to Flaming Margaritas, just a short distance away. We weren't looking for a full dinner, just something light, so we ordered a few appetizers, the Trio Sampler and the Queso Fundido, also known as the Flaming Cheese. And of course, we had to try one of their signature Flaming Margaritas, which I should mention are really large. Definitely something you want to pace yourself with. Back at the theater, we enjoyed another great performance of Clay Cooper's Country Express. This is one of those shows we never miss when we're here in town. We have season passes after all. While it doesn't typically sell out like the Haygoods, it still draws a big crowd, so it's a good idea to reserve your seats in advance if you want a great view. The show itself is very different from the Haygoods, but just as impressive. A high-energy production with a large cast, an excellent live band, and plenty of lighting and effects. Another top-notch show, and a great way to wrap up Monday, Day 4. Tuesday morning we headed out from the condo for a drive out past Table Rock Dam, the Chateau on the Lake, and the intersection with Highway 376 on our way to Steamy Joe Cafe for a late breakfast. Along the way, we had to wait for a wild turkey crossing the road right in front of us, a classic Ozarks moment. Steamy Joe checks off restaurant number 3, filming for Taste of Branson video. It's a cozy, family-owned spot known for hearty breakfast and lunch dishes made from scratch with fresh ingredients. They serve classic favorites like biscuits and gravy, breakfast skillets, and homemade cinnamon rolls, plus a variety of sandwiches and salads for lunch. They also have an espresso bar for your coffee fix. This place has quickly become one of my favorites for a casual, tasty meal in Branson. There is plenty of video of Steamy Joe and of the food, but I won't go into much detail here since it's also covered in the Taste of Branson video, and this video is about the journey and what we do. After our late breakfast, we headed to Little Opry Theater at the Branson IMAX to see the Petersons at the 2 o'clock matinee. They perform twice a week in Branson and have become a global YouTube sensation with over 270 million views. The Petersons are a family bluegrass band that incorporates modern music into a bluegrass style. After the Petersons, I figured it was a good time to begin work on my planned Branson Strip update for 2025 video. I set up to film a drive down the strip from the west end to the east end, first with a camera angled to the right front, and then again with it angled to the left front. The idea was to edit those together to show what's happening on both sides of the strip. Spoiler alert, I didn't end up using the west to east footage in the final video, but don't worry, it gives a totally different perspective driving that direction, so I do plan to release a shorter, less detailed west to east version shortly after the video you're watching for those who are interested still. These Branson Strip videos are always popular, and I really enjoy making them. I like driving around and seeing what's busy, how full the parking lots are, and just getting a feel for how many people are in town. After filming, we headed back to the condo for a quick bite to eat before heading out again to see Presley's Country Jubilee at Branson's first theater on the Strip. Presley's is a classic, traditional Branson show that's been running for well over 50 years. It features a great mix of country music and that signature hillbilly humor delivered by the show's long-running characters. It's a fun, family-friendly show that still holds a solid place in the Branson lineup.
For this lady right here. Right. Yeah, what's your name, girl?
Tammy.
Tammy, okay, Tammy, what's your phone number?
Whoa.
I'm making my move.
I noticed that.
I think she's interested.
Really?
Yeah, Tammy, if you're interested, breathe. So, I'm going to make a poodle out of this balloon for Tammy without using my hands.
Well, there ain't no way you can do that.
Do not try this at home. I'm a trained idiot.
I guess you're gonna swallow a balloon here, huh? I bet your mama's real proud of you. Don't point at it. Now, we're going to draw the line right here. Now, you can't come out here.
Leave me alone, I'm tying it. Tammy, you have to pick it up tomorrow.
After watching the footage from the west to east drive down the Strip, I decided I wanted to do the same thing going the other direction, east to west, with the camera angled both right and left. So I headed out on day 6, Wednesday, to get that video shot. I'll confess, though, I made a couple of unscheduled stops along the way, one for coffee and another for Krispy Kreme donuts. What can I say? Editing is a wonderful thing. Then, I decided I might need the same shots from both directions with the camera centered straight down the road, so I did that too. If you're counting, that's now 4 trips down the Strip on this Wednesday morning. But hey, better to shoot the video and not need it than to get home and wish you had it. I also wanted to turn into a few places that are hard to really see from the road, like the Toy Museum, Bigfoot, Whitewater, and Track 4, just to grab a few extra shots. So I made those stops as well before finally heading back to the condo. That afternoon, we had reservations on the showboat Branson Belle for the 4 p.m. cruise. We had tickets in the Captain's Club, which meant early boarding at 3, upgraded menu options with table service instead of the standard pre-selected meal, and balcony seating for the show. It's a bit pricier, about $100 per person, but I think it's well worth it when you consider you're getting a nice meal, a live show, and a scenic cruise on Table Rock Lake, all bundled into one experience. Here are a few scenes from that cruise, but if you want a more detailed look, I've already posted a full video on the channel featuring the showboat Branson Belle experience. Be sure to check that out for more footage and information. After arriving back at the dock around 6:30 and driving around Branson for a bit on our way back into town, we headed to the condo and enjoyed a relaxing evening in. Thursday, day 7 is Silver Dollar City Day, and we're headed out to the park. We arrived about 30 minutes after opening, and it was immediately clear that it was going to be a very crowded day. Main parking lots were already full and we were directed to one of the shuttle lots. After parking, we made our way to a very busy ticket area. I have a season pass, but my sister and brother-in-law didn't, so we had to get in line and purchase their tickets before entering the park. Silver Dollar City was in full swing for summer celebration, and with it being June 19th, a federal holiday, the park was packed just as we expected. Signs and decorations for the event were up all over the park, adding to the festive atmosphere. Now, let's talk about season passes for a minute. I bought mine early in the year at a discounted price, and with single-day tickets running close to $90, the season pass actually costs less than 2-day passes, making it a great deal if you plan to visit more than once. Silver Dollar City also sends out regular emails to pass holders, and the most recent one I got included a coupon for up to 4 at approximately half price for each day pass, which we used for my sister and brother-in-law. So, for us, the season pass has definitely paid off. I had visited Silver Dollar City back in April during the Spring Festival and filmed a lot of content during that visit for the channel, so today I was mostly focused on gathering clips for this 10 Days in Branson video. Even so, I still ended up with about 3.5 minutes of clips from today's visit.
Nozzle of the fire hose, please report to the chief's office immediately.
By mid-afternoon it was hot and we were tired, and the crowds at Silver Dollar City were a bit much, so we decided to cool off with one last ride on the American Plunge water ride before making our way back to the main gate in the parking lot. Back at the condo, we relaxed for a bit, and then it was on to the Dutton show in the evening. We finished our day with a performance by the Duttons at their own Dutton Family Theater on the Branson Strip. This multi-generational family act has been headlining here since 2000 and is one of Branson's most beloved shows. Their show is a high-energy variety-style production blending bluegrass, country, pop, classical tunes, family-friendly comedy, and impressive choreography from musicians ranging from kids to grandparents. They have toured extensively across the U.S. and world, appeared on national television specials, and were finalists on America's Got Talent. Not to be missed when visiting the Duttons Theater is Dutton Family Fudge, which of course we couldn't resist, bringing an assorted box back to the condo to enjoy. Friday began with a trip to the College of the Ozarks for an early lunch on the back porch at the Keeter Center, a place I've featured in videos before. While we've dined at the Keeter Center many times, this was our first time enjoying a meal outside on the shaded porch, with a peaceful view overlooking the college and surrounding countryside. The Keeter Center is run by students as part of their educational experience, fulfilling work requirements that allow them to attend college tuition-free. As always, the service, like the food, was impeccable. We each ordered different entrees, and one rule remains the same. When you're at the Keeter Center, never skip dessert. Just keep in mind that lunch service doesn't take reservations, so depending on when you arrive, be prepared for a possible wait. After lunch, we headed to the Raise Alive Theater for the matinee performance of MJ the Illusion, a tribute show dedicated to the music and legacy of Michael Jackson. The performer brought the look, the energy, and the iconic dance moves that defined MJ's stage presence, delivering many of his greatest hits in a high-energy production. While the visuals and choreography were strong, the vocal performance didn't quite match the level of the rest of the production. But for fans of MJ's music and style, the show still offered an entertaining experience. During intermission, I took the opportunity to get started on the last of the 4 videos I'd planned for this trip by filming the Raise Alive Theater. That footage was for a video about what theaters are still in Branson and what shows are playing. By the time you're watching this video, that one has already been released and is available on the channel. After intermission, we watched the second half of the show before heading out to capture the turn-in shots for the Branson Strip video. That included stops at the Branson Boardwalk, Andy Williams Theater, Super Fun Park, and the Branson Coaster. Filming for the Branson Strip video complete, next up was more work on the theater video. Filming the exteriors of all the theaters along the Branson Strip. It was definitely a busy afternoon of shooting, but it was all coming together. After enjoying some sandwiches back at the condo, we headed back to the Raise Alive Theater for the Pierce Arrow Decades Show, a lively journey through several decades of music with an excellent band and a talented cast of singers. Pierce Arrow remains one of our Branson staples. Saturday began like most Branson days, with coffee, before heading out to film the off-strip theaters around town. We captured clips of the Mansion, Sight and Sound Theater, the Majestic, Pierce Arrow, now the Nashville Roadhouse Theater, the Hamner's Variety Theater, and the Little Opry Theater. Then drove out to Shepherd of the Hills to get footage of the Chuck Wagon and Dinner theaters located out there. With that complete, there was one last restaurant to film for this trip, Chappie's Diner in Forsyth, so we headed out there for a late lunch and to capture video for the Taste of Branson series. Chappie's was a fun and welcoming stop with friendly hometown owners and good food. We really enjoyed the hospitality and relaxed atmosphere. For a closer look, be sure to check out the Taste of Branson New Restaurants to Try video in the playlist. Before wrapping up the trip, we had one last show on Saturday night, returning once again to the Clay Cooper Theater to see our favorite show, The Haygoods. It's become a tradition for us to see them more than once when we're in town, and this high-energy performance was the perfect way to end our Branson adventure. Sunday was a travel day as we began the journey home, stopping for the night in Durant, Oklahoma at the Choctaw Casino Resort. It was a relaxing way to ease out of vacation mode and wrap up an amazing 10 days filled with food, fun, and shows in Branson, and even a little slot win at Choctaw. Thanks for coming along. See you in the next adventure. If you want to see more of this kind of content, like the video, share it with friends, and leave us a comment to let us know what you think. We invite you to join us on our website at findushere.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Meanwhile, check out this video next for more travel fun, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our new content. Your subscription is always free, helps us grow the channel, and is always greatly appreciated.